All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Bob Plays Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts on Legendary Difficulty. We are doing the Empire of Japan. This is episode 6, Securing Our Borders. So, the story thus far is we have done a pretty good job of expanding our territory. We took over China. We kicked out Spain from the South Pacific. And maybe, just maybe, Spain will agree to a peace negotiation now. And we will see. We are currently building a bunch of ships for the next fight. Actually, we should probably select a port for them. So let's go put them in... Where's a big place? Northern China. I don't want to put them in China. Let's put them in... Put them in Tokyo. Let's put them right here, South Yoko's. I'm gonna put them right here in Marizu. I'm gonna put them right there. Oh, here we go, Sasebo. That's the place right there. That's got a lot of tonnage. We're gonna park these guys right there. Have them ready in 11 turns. We're just going, basic across the board research. We've got, pretty good stuff coming along. Nothing great. We really need to boost our rangefinders because we want to get this coincident rangefinder too. So I think what we'll do is we'll focus that because that will be important in the future. And now our finances, we're running a little bit negative right now, but we're also building those 10 heavy cruisers. So that's not to be scoffed at. So we can sustain that though. Politically, we are in okay shape. Got 81 billion GDP, so we're beating Spain, which we beat up on. We're beating the Soviet Union. No, we're not. No, they've got us beat. We're just ahead of them on... I don't understand how this ranking works, but we're doing pretty good. Germany doesn't really like us that much. They're probably going to be the next people to pick a fight with us, so we're going to prepare for that. We want to make sure that the Russians like us because even though their navy's not that big, they've got a big army right on our border, and we don't want to mess with that. US, they're a juggernaut. We don't want to pick a fight with that. We want them to be Europe's problem. England and France, those guys are huge. If we scroll up here, England has 115 ships. We got 51. France, 233 ships. Holy crap, they are big. But I would say that our most important thing, we want to make sure that we keep the Russians happy, and we want to keep Europe reasonably happy too. I'm not really ready to fight the British and the French. Although we could take some of the French territory if it came down to that fight. Let's go improve relations with the U.S. because there's no reason for us to ever fight them because they're not anywhere close to us. They don't have anything over here. We've already taken the stuff that World War II Japan would have fought the U.S. over. So let's see if Spain will agree to surrender. Here we go. Ooh, the tension. The tension builds. And a lot of times I'll skip past these intermediate turns, but I want to build the suspense for if Spain is going to surrender. Maybe they will. Well, Spain is in a revolution, so that's not good for them. But the war continues because they don't want to surrender. All right, well, that's going to be difficult for me because we're not going to build you any ships. That didn't work out either. The problem is I don't want to send my guys to fight Spain. You've got like some little bullshit guy. Oh, you've got a fleet coming. Look at that. That is a fleet coming, and they are going to be here in 6 turns. That is a fleet of ships. So maybe we got to sink those guys. What do we have that we can fight them with? Well, we've got all these dudes. We got our Shogun battleships. These are a little bit older, but they've just never gotten any sort of fights. Do we have... Surely we've got our battleships somewhere. Because we're going to need a proper response to those guys. Now here we go. These are 4 Emperor battleships. And they're light cruiser buddies. So... those guys are all chugging along, and I think we're going to go park them right here. Why not? Let's just go wait for them. Actually, what we could do is we could park them in the Philippines and then try to intercept them after we refuel. So let's do that. Alright, so we've got kind of a plan, and we're just going to keep on chugging away. Our rangefinders will have them in 4 more turns, and then we can look at retrofitting, although I don't know if we need them right now. So we're in pretty good shape. So I'm going to see if we can intercept these guys. I'll probably skip some turns because a lot of this stuff's just going to be boring. And the basic plan for this episode is we want to secure our holdings, make sure that we've got patrol ships in all the ports, going to secure our borders, make sure there's no trouble, and we want to prepare against future German problems and try and put a stop to Spain. So here we go. Hope you guys enjoy. So on a quick strategic note, we are, now that our ships have set the Philippines, set Manila as their main port, we are going to have them intercept the ships in this little narrow part. Because if you look here, Spanish fleet will probably in a couple of turns pass through this point, and we're going to hold that point. And hopefully that will really do a number on them. And I've got some of these other ships down here. Maybe they're on patrol, maybe they'll do something about it. But we're just going to park these our battle fleet right here and hopefully jump them. So we will see what happens. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we had to chase these guys around a little bit because they did not want to come into our ambush, so we had to hunt them down, but we have found them. So let's look at what we got. Now, our Emperor-class battleships are 18,000, 19,000 ton battleships. They're pretty sizable, but green, 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 green. All right, that's okay. Our light cruisers are veterans, 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 so they're all right. The Spanish guys, they're green. These guys have 2 12.4-inch guns, 2 dual ones. We've got 2 dual 13.9s. So we've got bigger guns. They're about half our size. These cruisers are not that big. 17 knots. What are these guys at? 12 knots? That's embarrassing. I didn't realize you could make ships go that slow. Light cruisers, 15 knots. So we are going to hopefully hunt them down and slaughter them. Now, these torpedo boats I'm a little worried about. We'll just have to kind of see. So here we go. So the plan's going to be pretty simple. We'll send out our cruisers out ahead to find the enemy fleet. Battleships will follow. When we find them, cruisers will kind of screen and fade away, looking for torpedo boats while our battleships do the Lord's work. So that's the plan. I'll just let the battle load up there. And almost. There we go. Alright. Got 7 of my ships against 24 of theirs. But 10 of them are really small. So I think we've got the better fleet, I think. They may try running, actually. Oh, we started far away. Look at that. The times 30 multiplier means that they are far away. So what we're going to do, we're going to combine our fleets and detach out the light cruisers. You guys are going to avoid that. We'll let that be auto. We'll leave that turned off because I don't want there to be any trouble. And you guys, we'll do normal. And I want you boys to follow them. Now, what's this up here? What is that? I don't know what that is. Is that smoke? I guess not. Alright, so we are closing in. Let's have you guys be on high explosives. Nose fuse and cap, yeah. Alright. So, let's see what these are. These are their battleships, and they are moving towards us. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have our cruisers kind of veer off to the side. I want my battleships to kind of angle also. And let's get into this fight, because I don't want the... There we go. There's their lighter ships. What are these guys here? So let's take a quick look at their ships. So these guys are kind of old style battleships. They don't have much of a conning tower, really. They're kind of garbage. All right. And then these cruisers here. There's the one I found. That's just kind of like your standard starting heavy cruiser. So the Spanish still have kind of crappy ships. They are not sending their best. So you will veer those guys off and kind of keep them sort of at a distance, and you guys fire on the cruisers and just keep on screening around. Got some light cruisers or something over there from the smoke. Yeah, our battleships are going to take a little while to catch up, and we're just going to circle around and keep our distance because we don't want to get hit. And you guys are just going to kind of keep on chugging along. You're doing great. Well, that was a hit. Yeah, you boys are just chugging along. We're going to kind of veer back because I want to screen the battleships. Actually, what I want to do is I want to go behind the battleships. Now that the fighting has started, I want the battleships to have their battle line, and they're just chugging away. And you boys just kind of falling back over here behind. We'll slow down a little bit. These guys are going 20. I think I'm going to slow them down to 18. Maybe they'll hit a little bit better. And have you guys kind of continue being behind the battleships. Ooh, that's a hit. That hit something juicy. Let's put the secondary guns on aggressive. I don't know if these guys are going to be able to... There we go. Just pepper into that area. And let's turn a little bit. I don't want to get too close because I don't want the torpedo boats to really cause me any trouble. He's in trouble. We're going to set these guys to auto. Alright, that guy sank. Alright, we're going to veer in. We're just going to kind of circle around them a little bit. And actually, no, we're going to keep going a little bit slow. Actually, what we could do is we just follow the battleships, but I don't know if that's the greatest idea. Oh, he's having a lot of trouble. He's having a bad day. We got pretty good chances to hit them too. Let's go turn in. Yeah, they're having a bad day. Let's pause for just a minute and see what these guys, what's he got? So he's got pretty good armor. Not great, but pretty good. 7-inch main belt. And that compares to my 12-inch. So I've got much better armor. I've actually got really good armor. But he's got okay armor for what he's got. But I think my big guns are just wrecking them. My secondary guns are pretty good too. But yeah, my main guns are just gonna wreck their world. And here come torpedo boats. I don't know if we can hit them or not. What I probably ought to do... Oh, here we go. I could put them just all in a single battle line together, make them easier to control, have the cruisers follow behind. But I really... Ooh, that's not good for you. Yeah, we'll just keep on circling your slow garbage fleet. Not to be like insulting about it or anything, but your fleet's not that great. Just match the speed. Just for ease, I'm just going to have you guys follow the battleships. There we go. This will make it easier to control, because these guys obviously are not posing that big of a threat. And my light cruiser should be able to take out anything that comes close. And hopefully we can wreck the face of that remaining battleship. And these guys are pretty well balanced ships. If you look at it, the pitch and roll is really nice. These guys are really stable ships. So they're gonna do well with their accuracy, I think. Whereas their guys maybe not so much. So we'll just keep on cruising along. Alright, now these guys, let's pause for just a moment here. These guys are going to be a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire our, is it the secondaries is alt? We're going to alt right click. We're going to fire our secondaries right into these yahoos. And let's just fire, what's the range on these guns? 7.3 kilometers. So they're basically just shooting at whatever they can shoot at. But let's go fire our secondary guns right into that mess of stuff. Ooh, look at all that. Yeah, when they're bunched up like that, it's not healthy for them. That's gonna do some work. And one of the other things we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna fire our secondary. See these two little cruisers right here? We're gonna fire at the back cruiser, because these two cruisers, if we look at them, this cluster 3 cruisers, they're right next to each other. And so if we watch what's going to happen, actually let's go watch from their perspective. If we watch as the ships start firing into them. They're just firing into that cluster, and the shots that miss are hitting all the stuff around. And that's a way to compensate for not having super accurate guns. And we're just going to wreck that little group, and they didn't go very well. Now, we didn't sink anything that time, but we certainly did not make them happy. Now, what we have to be careful about is we don't want them to get too close, fire their torpedoes, or start firing guns at my light cruisers. But so far, if we check out our light cruisers here, these guys are doing okay. Just fire into the ships there. Now, those torpedo boats are going to be a little bit of a problem. So we're going to actually have these guys start veering away and speeding up so they can start engaging the torpedo boats, because they're going to try and swarm me. Meanwhile, the battleships are going to just continue cruising along, because they seem to be doing just fine like that. So we're going to deal with the torpedo boats, because that's our job. And we got to be careful though, because I don't want my battleships taking too much damage here. But they seem to be doing just fine, wrecking their way through that fleet. Meanwhile, these dudes... Let's get this close guy. Nope, don't turn, just... There we go, just shoot the close guy. And we'll circle around the fleet the back way and meet them on the other end. There we go. Nice. Alright, so that took out some torpedo boats. My battleships are taking a little bit of damage, but not much. I mean, this is a very one-sided fight. So we're going to swing around and keep on firing on the torpedo boats here, because I really don't want these guys to get away. In fact, I'm going to double, after this guy's down, I'm going to double around and kill that other one. Oh, he's got low fuel. Look at that, he's got low fuel. They both have low fuel. That's not good for them. That means I will be able to hunt them down because they are moving extra slow. That's why they're having so many troubles. Alright, I guess their battleship sank. So we're going to keep on cruising around. Don't want you to fire off your torpedoes, but it looks like we're safe for now. And just keep on tearing these guys up. Got some flooding. Alright, let's go take out this other guy. And meanwhile, our battleships are still just chunking along. Do you guys have... They all have low fuel also. This is one of the nice things about engaging the enemy far away from their ports. It's also one of the reasons why I really don't want to try and attack anybody in their home territory, because I don't want to be in this situation myself where my guys have the low fuel. So we'll keep searching for torpedo boats with my light cruisers. Meanwhile, the heavy cruisers, or I mean the battleships, are just going to move in a little closer. There we go. They're hiding in the smoke, but that won't last forever. Yeah, this is working pretty good. These guys have a very short torpedo range, so they're not really that much of a threat. So I could probably get in a little bit closer if I wanted to. Actually, what I can do with these guys, I'm just going to follow the battleships again. They'll eventually hit these guys. I mean, 'cause these guys have a max speed of 15 knots. I mean, you've got to have speed. One of the big things that I'm doing with my ships is I'm making sure that my ships have a good enough speed. They don't have to necessarily be faster than the enemies, but they have to have a good enough speed that I have a reasonable chance of getting away if I find myself in a fight that I don't want to be in. There we go. This is working pretty nicely. Now what's the high explosive's only going to penetrate a couple inches of armor. How much armor do you have? The main belt's only 3 inches. We could do high explosives on the secondaries and take you out pretty well. I wish there was a command to screen the battleships from the backside so that we wouldn't be too close, because I really don't want the light cruisers taking this gunfire. I mean, as far as like intercepting torpedo boats and small things, that's their job, but I don't want them to have to fight against the big stuff, or against equal match stuff. Then again, these are Mark 1. Ow, what was that? Something that sounded worse than it was, I guess. We're going to switch to high explosive, I think. Let's just do high explosive on you guys. There we go. That's working much better. That's much better. Alright. Everybody's just going to go high explosive. I mean, they are doing some damage to me, but it's minor. You know, I've lost 0.4. And these guys have lost just a couple of dudes. So this is going to be a very one-sided fight. I mean, if you've already got a slow speed and you're out of gas, 8 knots, that's awful. This is just like baby seal clubbing territory. But if this doesn't make the Spanish surrender, then I don't know what will. But these Emperor battleships are definitely doing their job. Is this last guy running? Yeah, he's running. He's not going to do a good job of running, but he's trying. Well, it looks like my guns are aimed, so there we go. This next salvo from the big gun should get him. No, not really. There we go. There's a few hits. I mean, he's on fire a whole lot. I don't know how else to make him on fire more. Now he's finally flooding. Alright, you're gonna sink now, please. Thank you. Alright, there we go. That was a very successful battle. I am quite satisfied, and hopefully the Spanish will finally call it quits. Did everybody get their 25 experience points? Yep, except for the enemy team, which they all died. So, good job. On to securing our borders some more, and maybe Spain will finally negotiate peace. We will see. So, now that we've destroyed that big Spanish fleet, let's see what else we got here. We got these guys. He just got a cruiser. Heavy cruiser, 3 light cruisers. We'll have to take him out. And he's got a light cruiser here. So, we need to jump these guys. Hopefully they're not that fast. And so we're going to send our battleships. These guys still want to go to that island. So we're going to send them right over here to try and intercept them. And then also what we're going to do is we're going to take our guys here. We're going to start moving them up towards this German territory. And because we don't really want them dealing with that. I'm going to put the squeeze on them here. So we're going to move these guys up here. And then the dudes in Hong Kong, we're going to actually, we're probably just going to leave. We're just going to leave them in Hong Kong for now. And so we'll try and intercept this ship. You know, these ships here, these 4 ships with my battle fleet, and start slowly squeezing the Germans, because I know they're gonna declare war on us at some point. It's just a matter of time, maybe a few years, but it's a matter of time. And so we want to secure our little land area here, and then we'll start mopping up, you know, securing our positions around here, and then we'll mop up the islands when that inevitably happens. Here we go. Alright, so I've been chasing these ships around Southeast Asia for a while now. They ran up here, and they ran over there, and I'm just chasing around. And Spain has offered peace several times. I keep saying, sure, let's negotiate peace, and then they fail the negotiations. It's very frustrating. Spain really just wants me to kill more of their ships. Looks like Germany's getting antagonistic. And hey, look, here's more ships. These guys, 20 knots, so they're relatively modern. Oh, but that guy's only 14 knots. 20, 20, 20. So they've got a single ship that's 14 knots. We need to make sure to kill him last, because if they're all in formation, they'll go slow. And this guy is 17 knots. These guys are 20, and these guys are 23. So let's duke it out. I think I can take him. Should be able to. I mean, this is a smaller fleet than the last one I beat up on. And we'll do kind of the same thing. I'll have my cruisers go in first and scout things out, spot the enemy, find them. Battleships will follow them. And then once the fighting gets going, pull the cruisers behind the battleships for some protection. They don't have a swarm of torpedo boats this time, so we've got a little easier time of things. So we'll go and separate these guys out. Do normal formation, high explosives. And so have you guys go high explosives also. Turn off the torpedoes. And we should be doing good. So you guys are going to follow my light cruisers. And the light cruisers are going to go, I guess they're just straight ahead, so let's see if we can find them. Battleships are swinging around to try and get into formation behind them. Looks like I'm a little bit beat up, but not too bad. And hopefully, I mean, they're in 3 groups. This is probably the heavy cruiser. Let's see, what is this guy's? That looks like a heavy. he's got newer guns. Look at that. That's what is that thing? That looks like a 10 or 11-inch gun. That's a big gun. Alright, so you guys are going to just go chugging on ahead. And you guys are going to make a little bit of distance. And kind of veer off this way, because I don't want too much of that. There we go. That's a battleship problem. That is definitely a battleship problem. Let's go smoke up. And alright, so now these guys here, my guess is that you've got the one light cruiser and the 3. So they're probably going in some sort of reasonable formation. Alright, let's see what these guys have for armor. So their armor is kind of okay. 5-inch, 5.6-inch armor. And what are these? 10.1-inch guns Mark II? That's not bad, actually. These are the Mark III, so I can do high explosives on the main guns, and I'll do auto on the secondaries probably. Or we'll just keep burning them with high explosives. And their torpedoes have a relatively short range. 1.2 kilometers isn't bad. And these guys are going to circle back around. Because I don't want them to take too much damage, because these guys are a little bit on the fragile side. I think I'll actually switch these to auto, the secondary guns. Let's take him out, because he's getting a little closer than I'd like. Definitely don't like how close they're getting. Because he's lining up for a torpedo shot. Uh-oh, that's going to be a problem. I hope you can avoid it. I don't think you can. Oh, damn it. Alright. Well, at least I have torpedo protection. That's pretty good. I mean, we're doing damage to them. We're hurting them pretty good, but they definitely got one of my battleships with the torpedo. Let's switch this to auto. Maybe we can get some penetrations and sink him. Alright, so we got one of their heavy cruisers. Alright, let's pause for a moment now that we can see all these. So this cruiser here, that's the guy that's slow. And these are the guys that are all fast. So we really want to take those guys out while they think they have a chance, because I don't want them getting away from me. Meanwhile, you guys have only sank one cruiser so far. Let's see if we can finish that guy off, because he is kind of my bigger problem. Meanwhile, you boys are going to stay kind of on the outskirts. I'm not sure what shot at you like that. And we're just going to kind of circle around here. Because these high explosive shots should punch right through their stuff. Yeah. We can hit them. That's the tricky part, is can we hit them? Meanwhile, these guys, I want to kind of keep them on station to monitor what these cruisers are doing, because I don't want to lose line of sight of them. Let's switch to auto. Maybe we can... I really want to take out that heavy cruiser. We're getting hits, but we're not sinking him. Let's go turn these guys in this way, just so we can maintain our spotting. There we go. Now he should be in trouble. We got a penetrating hit that caused a flood. Maybe a little bit. There we go. That should do it. You guys are gonna get in there so you can monitor them. He's definitely gonna go down. He's taking a surprising amount of damage. Let's switch these guys back to high explosive for the light cruisers, because this guy, he's not great. He is not a very good cruiser. Alright, so these guys are back spotting again, and they're just going to kind of poke around the backside. Just kind of nip at their heels. And I'm at a long enough range that it's probably... going to do okay. He's getting eat up pretty good. Low fuel. These guys all have low fuel, don't they? All right, so they're going to go slow. So they can't actually get away from me. They're too slow. So let's turn and keep circling them. And you guys are going to cut in there. And I've got to make sure that they don't have any ships to disrupt my trade. That's the biggest problem, is being able to leverage my ships to both protect my territory and take out or sink their stuff. You know, sink their fleets in more of an attacking role. Because just one unattended torpedo boat can wreak havoc with my ships if I leave them alone too much. Alright, so we're going to cut you guys around. We're going to cut pretty hard. I don't actually know which way you're turning. Oh, they're moving towards me. Alright, so we're going to circle around. Might not be the best maneuver, but I think we can do it. Let's go keep them spotted. Go get this last guy. All right, that's all their ships. It was a pretty good fight, except for the one torpedo I took. But we got our experience, except for, well, these guys are already veterans anyway, so that's fine. We did all right. All right, let's keep going. Alright, so I am still chasing these jerks around. I've chased them all over Southeast Asia. These little Spanish ships here, if I can zoom in on them. There we go. So I've been chasing these guys around, and I've been losing some transports. I'm building more, and I'm maintaining it, but this is costing me a lot of extra money. 52 million versus, you know, 26 million. So that's a real pain in the butt. I've got my... I'm researching my engines and the armor quality, because I want to upgrade my my samurai cruisers. But frankly, I really just need to put some more guys down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 10 heavy cruisers. These are my Samurai class cruisers. And I'm just going to go park them down here in Southeast Asia to be on patrol. We'll leave the 3 light cruisers behind. We're just going to have to put them down there. It'll still be a few turns before I have the technology ready. I've got my guys in Hong Kong, which is also Southeast Asia. I've got such a ship dominance that it's not even funny. I shouldn't be losing transports here, but I'm still having trouble chasing these jerks around. So maybe we'll move these cruisers and hopefully that'll help. And if it doesn't work out, then maybe I've got to build something else. Maybe some torpedo boats. I don't know. But securing this... securing my southern border is being a real pain. I keep losing transports here. So Russians are friendly to the north, and I've got the Americans friendly to the east. But it's just down here the Spanish are, they're just really messing with me. So, and they just won't surrender. Oh my goodness, they won't surrender. I keep trying, but they just won't. So, all right, we'll see what happens. All right, so I finally probably caught them. Spain's wanting to talk, exchanging. No, we're not gonna agree to anything. Don't want to spend that much money for. No, because my unrest is low enough. It's not going to matter. So there we go. We finally caught these guys. So hopefully. He's slow, he's slow. I can catch him. So I can catch all these guys. So we're in good shape. So we're going to fight them. And let's see if we can finally rid ourselves of this problem in our Southeast Asian waters. It's annoying. Because I'm tired of having to spend all this money on transports. Alright, so here we go. We're going to group these guys together. And we will, you know what, I'm just going to leave them all together like this. Because we're gaining on them. We're only moving 20. But I think this will be alright. Let's just see how this works out. My ships are a little bit damaged. I mean, they've been out at sea for months without repair. Alright, there they are. So they can see me before I can see them. But we are going to catch. There we go. We want to give them kind of a wide berth. Because I don't want to get torpedoed. There we go. That was a nice hit. Oh crap, I took some funnel damage. These drive-bys, I'm not hitting them nearly as hard as I thought I would. I mean, we're hitting him, but he's going in for some sort of shenanigans. I don't know if they're going to try and turn on me or what. I'm taking a lot more damage than I would like. Alright, Alright, let's circle in and see if we can do something about just any of these guys. We just got to get some hits. I mean, I hit them with some good shots. It wasn't quite enough. Let's go pop smoke on the light cruisers back there. And I may have to run my light cruisers away if they take too much damage, because they're a little squishy. But we should be crossing the T on this cruiser here, getting a lot of fire on him. They've got low fuel, so they're not getting away, because these guys don't really have any supply ports, because I've taken all the territories here. He's just not... I mean, I've got good chances to hit. Alright, go fire on him, please. Let's see if we can just wreck that cruiser. I really want to take out that heavy cruiser before he hurts my ships too bad. We're going to cut in kind of sharply. And I think... I mean, my light cruisers are hitting. They're doing good. And they've done enough damage to him. Please finish him off. I'm just not getting any. Oh, that light cruiser took a lot of hits intended for the heavy cruiser, so he's in trouble. But we're just not getting... Oh, there we go. Now we got him. Alright, now we got him. Alright, well done. Good job, boys. This guy's gonna bail, I think. So we're gonna have to chase him down. But this light cruiser should be in trouble pretty quick. Go sink him fast. Yeah, there he goes. Alright. Now it's on. How fast is this guy going? He's going 1.2 knots. That's not very fast. We're going to slow down to 16 so we have better to hits. There we go. Alright. That was kind of annoying, but we got him at least. Hopefully this solves my losing transports problem in Southeast Asia. Well, once again, our diplomats were not able to secure negotiations with Spain, and the war continues. So annoying. And if you look over here, I've got 126,000 times... More than that, they've got 214 victory points. I've got about 1,000,000 times more victory points than they do. It is just not going well. Now these guys, 14 knots. 14. I guess we're going to murder these people also. Alright, let's go hunt their butts down. Alright. So, yeah, these guys just won't quit. They just insist on attacking me, even though I'm just crushing them. And I just can't get them to surrender, no matter how much I take. I mean, I don't want to have to go over to Spain and whoop them in Spain because I don't want to leave my area. You know, when you're at war, you get more of a naval budget, and that's nice, but your economy doesn't grow as fast. And so right now I'm only growing at about 6% yearly, and the other nations are growing at 9 to 12%, and that's just not sustainable for me. So let's go this way, and I should probably send my light cruisers ahead, but we're already catching up to them pretty quick. On the bright side, my battleships are, well, he's a veteran, he's seasoned, veteran, so I mean, my guys are getting great experience points. I mean, these guys are going to be my interceptor fleet. So I think what we'll end up doing is we'll have, you know, our interceptors that go out and hunt down the enemy groups, and then we'll have our patrol fleet that just keep our guys doing well. It's a lot easier to sink enemy ships when we can go after their convoys, because then they have to protect their convoys. They've got low fuel, so they're just screwed. They can't get away from me. So we'll just go and manhandle them. 20% chance to hit. Nope, they smoked up. Alright, so let's kind of turn a little bit. And we're going to sort of cross in front of them. That way we can get all of our guns just pounding into them. I don't want to get too close because I don't want... Well, their torpedo range is pretty small, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess. So he's having a lot of trouble. He's having a bad day, so we'll cut in closer. Okay, there we go. That's a good hit. Yeah, I think he's trying to turn around, but he's not going to be able to make it. He's too beat up. Alright, let's go hunt down the last guy. Yeah, he's just not going well at all. 8 knots. He's just all struggling in there. It looks like it's a little semi-armor cruiser design, maybe. There's a nice little ship. Not for long. These Mark 1 guns, yeah, he's just getting pounded. Alright, so that's that. So much for the Spanish Armada. Maybe they'll finally surrender. Alright, so we keep smashing the Spanish. They still won't surrender. This ship's going up here to Bangkok. I guess they're trying to take over Thailand or something. I'm not sure what they're trying to do. Have my guys try and go and intercept them if they're moving their locations. So I guess I will try and catch them up here, maybe. Yeah, they're going to pass right by me, so we'll try and catch them there. A couple things I want to do real quick. So first off, I am going to try and ask Spain to make peace. The problem is that I'm not going to give them anything for it. I'll just simply stop blowing up their ships if they give me a peace treaty. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go upgrade our shipyards some more. It's very important to maintain your shipyard size because that determines how many ships you can refit, tonnage, and all that stuff. And we're going to also got our Mark III guns almost finished in 13 months. Let's get it done in 4. And that will be really useful for shooting up small ships. So that's kind of the big thing we're going to do. I don't need to refit my ships yet because I can still smash the hell out of the Spanish. But we're going to probably do a refit at some point coming up. But this will be good enough for now. Here we go. Well, I guess the Spanish really still don't want to negotiate, so... I mean... I got some naval prestige out of it, I suppose. So what's gonna... Am I gonna have to go over to Spain and genocide them? I mean, I really don't want to. That's a long ways away, and I really don't want to deal with all that. But maybe they're just sending over ships a little bit at a time, so I guess... What am I to do? Alright, they're hanging out here. Maybe we'll intercept them. Research is going well. 2 more turns. Alright, well, we'll put up with it. Here we go. Well, what do you know? We ran into some more of those 2 little light cruisers. And that one is slow, 14.5 knots. And 18.6 knots, so they are slow. So we're gonna go hunt them down. He's got a lot of 4-inch guns. He's got a 6-inch. All right. Oh no, that's 6 single-barreled 7.4-inch guns. That's a big gun. All right, let's go get them. I guess a lot of securing your borders, just all those little skirmishes against these Spanish raiders. I mean, we're not letting you in. You know, Japanese don't have to be politically correct. We're not letting you into our territory. We're building an empire, buddy. And we took your shit fair and square. So let us go and go detach you guys. Actually, no, we'll leave those in auto. And these guys, we are going to do the high explosive, and we're going to have you go this way, and we are going to follow you. May not have been the best idea. But we're gonna find them. Yeah, battleships will catch up eventually. Just because these guys are so much faster. Alright, we will veer off this way. Surely they're not going that fast. And if they're grouped up, they're going to be moving at 14.5, and they've got to be on low fuel, so we should be able to catch them pretty quick. They're probably running away from me. There they are. Alright, look at all of these shots coming in. Alright, so we're going to maintain our spotting. Yeah, he's running away. He's not running away very fast, though. Yeah, low fuel. They're in trouble already. They are already in trouble. That's the first one down. I don't want to be hit by whatever you're throwing at me. In come the battleship guns. Yeah, those battleships are pretty far away. Ooh. I don't want to get hit by that. What are you guys... What's your armor like? Oh, he doesn't have jack for armor. Let's keep our distance a little bit, let the battleships catch up, because they'll catch up at some point. All I need is like one good hit. His chance to hit me is pretty awful. Well, 1%. It's not that awful. Alright, He really does not want any of what I've got to offer. What's... Ooh, crap, that hurt. What's the range on his torpedoes? 0.6 kilometers, but they're fast. There we go. There's a hit. He's in trouble now. This should take him out pretty quick now. Alrighty. Alrighty. No more Spanish raiding vessels. I really need better patrol ships for better power projection. Because I think that's what helps stop my transports from getting ganked. I guess we'll find out. Alright, so we have finished researching our 2-inch Mark III guns, which would be good for taking out small stuff. And we tried to negotiate with Spain, and they said no, so we got some naval prestige. So let's see what we can do with our samurai ships. So, if we view them, because I really want these guys to be better interceptors. They're fast. Now they're 25 knots. So let's refit them and see if we can make them better. So first off, we're still at induced boilers, but we can go to, instead of steam triple expansion engines, let's see, that makes it lighter, and that makes it way lighter. Let's go with auxiliary engines, we'll go with hydraulic steering, Crump 2 armor. That's pretty good. Now, these little guns here, they're not super happy. So we'll take those off, and I don't think we can't put these. I mean, we could. They're not going to be very good. But if we put these there, that's not awful. Or can we move? No, because then I lose. If I put them there, that's kind of nice, but then I lose angle, and I want to keep that gun having a nice firing angle. So that's really the best we can put them. All right. And I mean, our guns are nice. We've got good guns. We go for advanced radios. This would better reconnaissance, so that's probably helps a little bit, adds a little bit of weight. We got conic 2. How much of a difference does that make? So at 5,000 meters is 3.3 and 0.7 at 10,000. And with conic 1, doesn't really make any difference, 3.3 and 0.7. These little guns, 27, 8.3, 28, but it makes a small difference. Alright, so our engines are better. We can go with heavier shots, and now we've got better, we got a little bit better range and everything. We're going to keep the TNT, keep the white powder, I think. We could do anti-torpedo too, but how much is that? 20%, 30%. Adds a little bit. That's like 100 tons. It's not. Gives me a little bit more resistance. That's not bad. Alright, so what I really want to do is I want to increase the speed. We go 27. That gets it kind of heavy. But we could do 27 knots. And we could start increasing the range. Look at that. We can have a lot of range at 27 knots. That's pretty good. Now, we're still a little wobbly. What I'm wondering is, can we... That takes us over our tonnage limit. But that stabilizes us a little bit. So I mean, we could... Okay, so at -9, we've got a 40.6 and 43.2. So this definitely helps. Makes us a little bit, not really that much less efficient. It really doesn't. So that's one option. Other option is we could try and jack up our armor. Our belt armor is lousy. And we are heavy in the front, which I don't like. Now what we could look at doing is we could put a couple of guns back. You know, that makes it too heavy in the back. Actually, you know what we could do is no, that doesn't really do anything. Do we have any other place to put him? I could put him here, but that just doesn't really help that much. We could take a 3-inch and put a 3-inch here. That balances it out pretty well for basically 32 tons. I mean, that's not bad. 32 tons versus just adding some aft belt. Well, it doesn't add that much, actually. So maybe it's better just add the aft belt. That's a 64, so 564. 580, so it's, you know, so it's actually lighter to do this. And we can start jacking up our belt. We need to jack up our main deck. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it adds a little bit of... It's making it more stable. I mean, we could try to increase the... Actually, if we were to increase the draught... we could try and... -7.9. There we go. So -7.9, we've got a 34.7, 33.9. And 33.6, 35.8. So it's really kind of hit or miss. -8.9. No, that's... doesn't quite do it. Negative 7.85. There we go. So that gives us a little bit more. And we can try and jack up the deck a little bit. You know, this is probably about as good as we could do inner armor here. We need to... This isn't bad. Actually, we'll leave a little bit there, and... because that just adds too much weight there. Alright, so this is about what we've got, and it's going fast. I mean, we've got it going 27 with a nice long range, and that's pretty good. It's a little bit more stable than before. You know, the armor's still a little bit janky. I really need more front armor, to be honest. But there's not much I can do. And this is a pursuit craft, so it shouldn't be... It really needs the armor in the front, but this will be mostly hunting down people that are scared of it. 2.9-inch gun turrets. Let's see if we can... We'll just jack that up a little bit. I guess this is about as good as we're going to get. I think this is it. This is our design. Can I have a better tower? This is a front tower 4. And no, this is pretty good. Alright. Let's do it. So, we will refit these ships. And this will be pretty good. This will be a pretty good range interceptor. Let's go refit our boys, and hopefully they can start intercepting our caravans. And then I think I'm going to go call it a night. I'm not sure if I'm going to end the video here, if I'm going to keep on going, but it's getting kind of late and I want to take a nap. So I hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing with these Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought videos. I really like playing games on Impossible mode or Legendary mode. Alright, Samurais, we are going to refit all of you. There we go. 3 months, and we'll deal with the other ships a little bit later. And these guys will hopefully be able to grab and secure the Southeast Asia area. And I may eventually spread them up. We'll see. Alright, I'm going to call it here. We'll progress a turn, and I'll see everybody after I wake up. Goodbye. Alright, I am back. I had a great day at work, and oh my goodness! Finally, Spain signs a peace agreement with me. Oh my goodness, I thought I would never get them to do it. Actually, I went ahead several turns and had to try and get peace several times, but they finally agreed. Nothing interesting's happened between now and then. I've just been refitting my heavy cruisers. So, let's see what they want. Now, here is the trap. I can take a bunch of these islands, or, you know, Morocco, Sahara, all these places that are on the other side of the world, and they are worth money. But then I have to defend them. And here's kind of the big problem that empires run into. We have this problem here at the U.S. If you take and hold territory all over the world, sure, you might get some bonus or some benefit from them, but you have to spend money defending them. And these guys are all really far away from where I'm at. So, I could take a bunch of ships, but honestly these ships are garbage. And I don't think I can upgrade their garbage ships, so I'd just be stuck with them. So that's useless. I could take, like, the Canary Islands, which, honestly, that's kind of tempting. But, you know, then I have to defend it. And that's far away. Like, the Canary Islands are great. It's over there off the coast of Spain. And it'd be a great base, but then I have to go and send a bunch of ships over there to go deal with Europe. And that means my transports are going to be going back and forth. My transports will be vulnerable, and they will nuke the hell out of my transports. So, we're just going to take money. I just want money. And what do you know? They give me money. So, I have lots of money now. So, that's great. Because realistically, we are more interested in conquering the German territory here, getting some of some of this stuff down here, and then maybe grabbing some of the French stuff. We want to focus on the South Pacific, where I can have my ships patrolling in a relatively small place, because I don't have a lot of ships. I only have like 60 ships, and the French have 257. I'm not fighting all that. That'd be nuts. So, looking at my cruisers, we just finished rebuilding these cruisers, and they are in nice shape. But I have to figure out what I'm going to do with them now. And realistically, what I want to do is I want to position these guys around my territory to defend it. And then I'll start refitting some of the other ships. That's kind of the basic plan. And I'm going to probably do these in pairs, pairs of 2 cruisers. So, right now I've got these guys hanging out here. I got 10 of them down here. And these cruisers are not going to be used on the attack. These guys are just going to be holding down territory. So we're going to put 2 of you guys in Hong Kong. Actually, Hong Kong's kind of a nice bit. We're going to put 2 of you guys here in Philippines. And we're going to take 2 more of you guys and put you here. Now this is kind of the gateway into my territory from this side, so I probably want to leave extras of them there. And I probably want to put some guys up north just to guard this part also. They probably won't see a lot of action. And I maybe could do that with light cruisers instead. Maybe I ought to just leave these guys down here as a cruiser base. I mean, these guys could guard Southeast Asia. Now that's the other option. I have my heavy cruisers, have a little cruiser base down here. Although maybe putting them in the Philippines is better. Do like 5 and 5 and let them just patrol the area and have light cruisers scattered on. That might actually be smarter now that I think about it. Because I'm not really receiving any sort of threat from the north. Russia or Soviet Union and I are in pretty good terms. Germany we're going to end up spanking. They don't have a lot of stuff here. I think I'm going to put 2 of these guys up north anyway. Actually, no, I'm going to put 2 of them out over here. Just because I'm anticipating problems. Put them in North Oceania. So let's go put 2 of you guys right there. Because all these dudes, this is North Oceania. So we want to protect those guys. We'll leave 4 here at this base. And this way we've got our cruisers kind of patrolling the south here. Now as far as our light cruisers go, we're going to go and see what we can do to refit them here in just a minute. Alright, so here we are with our patrol ship. And this guy is great. This guy's been a total workhorse. He's got nice overall guns, reasonably balanced, reasonably quick. So let's see if we can refit him and do a better job. So we can go with the turbines. That makes us go quite a bit faster. Go with an auxiliary engine. Go crump 2 armor. And this, go for the advanced radio and the conic 2. And we have a lot of weight saving here. Now, can we up our... I want to up our armor, but I also want to up our speed. And we need to also work on our range. And I think we can probably increase our beam and all that. So let's see if we can go to 25 knots. That's nice. 26. 27. So that's about as fast as we can take it at 27 knots. And that eats up most of our tonnage. Now if we were to go with a beam of 0, that doesn't really help me. That we've got a roll of 44 as opposed to 46, so that helps a little bit. Let's see here. We have about 300 tons available. If we go with 0, we have about 100 tons available, so that's not great. Can we increase the range? Look at that. We can increase the range. Now, it messes with our pitch. But that gives us nice range for patrolling. It doesn't leave us with a lot of tonnage. So all this really does is it makes these ships quite a bit faster and better at projecting power. Now, if we were to take the draught and increase it, we're gonna go heavy, and that's not gonna work out well. So let's keep that at 0 for now. You know, our pitch, our roll, it's not fantastic. Front tower 2, can we get... Now we can do front tower 4s. As a 1400 spotting versus the front tower 2 is 1000 spotting. That's going to add some tonnage. So maybe what we do is we drop this to 26.5. Now this may be a... Oh, this won't fit. That won't fit at all. I would have to go with like a 0 beam, and it still won't fit, will it? So that's no bueno. And if we were to take it all the way, widen the beam all the way, then we could do this. But now we've got a serious speed problem. We'd have to take it down to 26. And it's still overweight. I mean, that just won't. And we're kind of nullifying all of our benefits of doing this. I mean, we could go 24 and make it a slower patrol craft with a better front tower. Makes it a little more stable, but it's not, you know, it's got an extra 400 meter spotting, which is kind of nice. Can we stack up the armor a bunch? Not really. So it's not really worth it, I don't think. I think it'd be better to have the speed and just use this guy to interdict. So we're going to keep it narrow. Go 27. And stick with our front tower too. And for whatever reason, this thing messed up. So I'm just gonna redo it. I'm just gonna go redo it and get it right because we had it pretty nicely balanced out before. So that's my bad for messing it up. That's one of the problems about doing this just straight through. I guess I could edit it out, but I probably won't. But no, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna max out the range, max out the speed, and just have this thing be an interceptor. Let's go redo this now that we know what we're doing. Because these patrol ships are already a little bit fragile to be engaging anyway, and I think having that speed is really that's really what we need. And max that out. There we go. 2245. Now we have. Oh, that's right. We're gonna do conic 2 and radio, and that's just about perfect. I don't think I could. I mean, I can increase the. Yeah, I think it's perfectly balanced. I've got my guns as good as they're gonna get. I could increase the gun length, but I really don't have the tonnage for that. So, and this thing's perfectly balanced and it's fast. So I think this is what we're going with. And this is just going to be good enough. But I mean, it's moving at 27 knots, which is pretty darn fast. So we're going to save that. And we're going to refit all of these ships while we can. Because now that we're at peacetime, we want to take advantage of this. Kind of secure our perimeter and get ready for the next fight, which I think is going to be with Germany. Alright, so if we look at our available tonnage here, we've got 143,000 tons of shipbuilding capacity. We are not using any of it. So we are going to, whoops, wrong button. We're going to look at our patrols, our number 5 patrols. We're going to refit all of them. And these guys refit pretty quick in 1 month. Now some of them are at sea, which we have to figure out where they're at, and we got to bring them home. There's 2 of them, 3 of them, they're at sea. Alright, so who is still at sea? You boys. You boys are at sea. Where are we going to put you? I think we want to put you in the Philippines for now, because you guys are going to be mostly hunting down anybody that comes to mess with me. So we're going to have you guys all hang out there. All my other ships are hanging out. They're in pretty good shape. And those will be done in a turn. Is there any other research that I've got coming in? This cordite, that's going to be ready soon in 1 turn. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to progress the turn forward. We're going to have this internal protection ready in a turn. And then we'll start refitting battleships. So here we go. Alright, so trying to also think about budget a little bit. So these guys, the Austrians, are increasing their navy budget, but I want to focus on GDP because that's more important to me. And the Germans are getting pissy. And I kind of saw this one coming here. We're going to do whatever. I think we're going to Man, this is going to end us up in war probably, but we're not going to capitulate to the Germans. And I guess we're not at war yet. Alright. And France is trying to provoke us. So, what we need to do, since we have better stuff, what's this hull strengthening? Dreadnought improvements. I think what we're going to do is, so these guys are repairing. We're going to work on our Emperor ships, because these guys could be doing some more. Actually, we're gonna do our shoguns first. So let's see what we got here, because we want to try and beef these guys up a little bit also, because we're gonna end up in a fight with Germany pretty darn soon, I think. And these are nice ships. They're obsolete, but they're still nice. So let's see if we can do anything to make these nicer. Go with the turbines, go with auxiliary engine, go with better armor, go with the better anti-torpedo. We want the Conic 2, the radio. This is front tower 4. We can go with better front tower. Now the problem is these little guns here are a little mad. So what happens if we take this front tower? It's a front tower 6. We can have so this one's a 3950 tower spotting. That's a lot better tower spotting. Let's take you off, and that has much better tower spotting. Alright, I like it. And can we... I don't think we can put these things here. No, we can't. Can we put... No, we can't. And these really... those really aren't going to go there either. Alright. Now one possibility is we could take the beam and we could widen it. So we've got about 12,000 tons. So we've got about 1,600 tons available. And if we widen it, now we have about 2,000 tons available. That took our pitch to 2619. That's still pretty stable. What was this at a 0 before? Yeah, 2721 or 2619. So that just makes it better, and it gives us more room. Now these guys here, these guns are a little bit... these guns are a little bit unhappy. So we're going to have to probably readjust how we do these secondary guns. But we might be able to... no, we're not going to be able to fit them. We can fit them like that. I might be able to squeeze these guys forward a little bit. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Because I could do that and that. And that really restricts these little dudes up front, so if we put you guys here, that's not bad. It's not great. That's not bad. So we can just start beefing this thing up. I mean, really what I want to do is I want to go faster. So let's see, we go 22, 24. I mean, 24 knots isn't bad. And we need armor. And I guess we're not getting a lot of armor. And no, please don't lock up on me while I'm trying to turn. No. Would you quit doing that? There we go. There we go. That's really nice. That is a really nice loadout. Let's see if we can increase the length of these guys. Make them a little bit shootier. That's not bad. So these guys' field of fire isn't terrific, but it's okay. I could probably put some bigger guns into here. I think it only wants 4-inch guns, and I don't know if I want to put... I don't know if I want to put more in there. I mean, it's not bad. Let's see here. Can I put... I think I already tried doing that. It wouldn't let me do it. And what about 2-inch? I could put some little 2-inch guns up here, but that's giving me a lot of forward weight. It's not awful. Oh, that got really heavy really quick. But it's counterbalancing it a little bit. It's not awful. We can start jacking up the inner deck. And this is not bad. We need a little bit of aft belt to fix some of that. And maybe a little bit of superstructure. It's actually an awful lot of superstructure. Can I go... Can't quite do that. That's not bad. This isn't awful. Can't really do much about the weight imbalance. I might be able to stick these guns slightly further back. So let's go try that. So if we take you off, and there we go. Perfect. Look at that. That is perfect. This is a very sexy ship. We got all our stuff that we want. Now, I could do the cordite. Let's see what kind of difference the cordite makes. So, with cordite, at 10,000 meters, it's got a 5.5% chance to hit. And with balance sight at 10,000 meters. Yeah, so we're going to go with the cordite. Now we need to drop a little bit of tonnage there. There we go. This is... Oh, and we offset our guys just a little bit. So I guess let's try and... Nope, too far. I wonder if we were to take these and... I don't know why it's being so laggy right now. Sometimes the shipbuilder gets really mad about things. There we go. And I had it just about perfect before, but now it's just a little bit mad. Can we jack up some armor a little bit? There we go. Alright, so this is still pretty good. This is pretty darn good. So I think this is going to be a good enough ship for what we've got. It is reasonably fast. These will be mostly used in sieges. Doesn't have a long range, but it's kind of big and chunky. And it's super, super stable. I think I'm happy. Alright, let's do it. So we'll go refit all of these guys. Alright. Alright, so if we look at our finances, we have, what, about 65,000 tons worth of ships that we can, or 55,000 tons. Yeah, we got about 55,000 tons of ships that we can rebuild. So, the Shogun, which is going to be a little bit chunkier than before. Let's go and... Oh, we only have 4 of these, so we're just going to... we're going to do this a little bit cautiously, because it doesn't always match up. 28. I think we're okay. All right, just barely. Oh wow, we made it by like 200 tons. All right, so just barely. All right, let's see how. Oh yeah, what else we have to do is we are going to set a lot of these guys to in being. And let's see if that fixes. We are having a lot of money problems. We're also refitting a lot of stuff. And then a lot of these cruisers here, these guys are all cadets. You know, these cultural exchange cruisers. So we are going to set all of you guys to limited. There we go. And that helps a little bit. Alright, let's see what we got. Alrighty, so we have made another turn, and if we look at our... First off, Germany hasn't gone to war with us yet, which is great. They are, what, a negative 77, so close. We have 90, 85-ish thousand tons available for refitting. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to look at... We still have our Emperor battleships, and we have our cultural exchange ships that we need to fix up. And I think we still have a couple of patrol ships to fix up also. So let's get those guys. Let's make sure that we haven't missed anybody. Yeah, these guys are all good. So let's check out the Emperor ships, and let's see if we can improve those just a little bit also. And these are newer, so there may not be that much more that we can do. It's multiple expansions team too. I think we can make them go maybe a smidge faster. So let's refit these guys. And let's go with turbines. Give them Oh wow, that's interesting. So at Steam, they have a pitch of 16 and a roll of 13. If we go turbines, that's because they lost a lot of weight. Let's get the auxiliary engines. Why? That makes a huge difference because these engines are so much lighter. Alright, so let's improve our armor. I can't remember if I improved the armor on the other battleships, actually, now that I think about it. Let's go with the Conic 2, save a little bit of weight. Advanced radio. And I think I want to go with the Cordite, get the longer range. And what I think we're going to do is start increasing our speed. 24 knots is not bad. We could probably go faster. But I don't know if we have to go faster. I mean, we could try and make these things like interceptors, but if we go any faster, like 25, now we're starting to lose our engine efficiency. So I think 24 is where it's at. Now, as far as these guys go, they're a little bit mad, so we're gonna have to move these gun turrets. Let's put you guys here. There we go. That makes them a little happier. Alright, so let us look at armor. Our main belt is not fantastic, and so we are going to make it chunkier because we want to. And our deck armor, we want to make this at least 5 inches. Let's make it 6 inches. And this really helps fix our pitch and roll, makes us tougher. And let's go and get our inner deck going better too. Alright. We can increase gun length, make our guns more accurate. There we go. That is nice. We have too much aft weight, so we can start increasing our forebelt a little bit. We could drop some of these back guns, but we have a little bit of a problem with some of that. And did we just lock up again? There we go. So we have a front tower 6, and we can get a better front tower. 3950 versus 30. Now I don't know if this will fit, but that definitely will not. Definitely will not fit. And that will also not fit. So we are limited to what we've got. All right, so that's what we've got. I don't think I can cram any more guns onto this thing. I mean, I'd like to. I could put some, I could put like some front guns here, but I don't know if it's necessary. I might be able to change these out for something a little bit bigger, but I've already got enough problems with ship being unbalanced. I think what we're going to do is I think we're just going to jack up, let's max out the conning tower if we can, and start jacking up our superstructure. And let's just start making this guy a little bit chunkier, if possible. I mean, we could try and jack up the main deck, go 7-inch main deck. I mean, that's pretty chunky right there. How much can we make the main? Eight-inch main deck. That's pretty chunky. Whoops, too much. Too chunky. There we go. We've got the aft weight is just a little bit. Now, if we were to remove those, there we go. That's pretty good. That's a little too much there. So, we can try to beef up gun armor. And I don't know how much more we can. These casemates are quite a bit tougher. Let's. There we go. Alright, I think that's probably about as good as we're going to get it. This is not bad. So we've got fantastic balance. We've got okay-ish speed. Our range sucks, but this is just going to be going out intercepting fleets and smacking them down, and we'll work on the range later as we have more tonnage, as we have better technology. So I think it's pretty good. Alright, so there is our Emperor-class battleship. This sure is taking an awful long time to save. Alright, well I guess it's obsolete. For an obsolete ship, it sure is nice. Alright, let's go refit some of these. Alright, so that took a lot longer to process through than I thought it would. That was weird. Anyway, so we still have a bunch of tonnage available, so I think we can go and retrofit our Emperor ships. So let's go refit these babies. I want to do 2 at a time just to... What the... we might not be able to... I might not be able to... Am I going to be able to get the next one? I'm going to have to wait a turn. Alright, so we're going to wait a turn on that ship. And we'll get the next one in a moment. Alright, so we have refitted our battleships, the last of our Emperor battleships, and now it is time for our little chunky cruiser, our little cultural exchange cruiser. And this guy's a cute little cruiser. He's just there providing tonnage for the invasion fleet. And so let's see what we can do with him. We can improve his engines. I mean, this is all making him more expensive, which maybe is not a good idea. Oops. Minimize that. Let's get his auxiliary going, his better armor. Get anti-torpedo 2. I don't know if 60 helps a little bit. Alright. And we get some anti-flood. Alright, so let's get the Conic 2. Let's get some radio. We can go with the Cordite. Get the better gun range. Now we've got these 6-inch guns. I really don't want to mess with them that much. I mean, they're good and they work. I could go with 8-inch guns, but they're good and they work. So we'll go lengthen the barrels a little bit, so we get some extra accuracy. And I mean, these guys just work. Let's see if we can up the speed. Can we get to 24 knots? That'd be awesome if we can. That's not gonna happen. We can do 22 knots, and that's okay. And let's go make the armor a little bit chunkier. There may not be a whole lot else that we can... It's got a 4.9 up there. I wonder if we could... These are Mark IIs. Those are huge. We go these little 2-inch guns back here. Look at that. We could stack some chunky little 2-inch guns. Actually, you know, we could stack a lot of... Hey now. There we go. I mean, this is not a bad spot for them. I don't think I can... Get those 2-inch guns up there, and then we will stack up the front belt. Let's make these 3 inches and 5 inches. That's making them a little unstable, isn't it? But I'd rather have them be... So if we have less armor on the front and back, it does make it more stable. But... you know what we could do, just to have some more... we put a torpedo launcher up on the front. And that would allow me to stack up some armor there and balance it out a little bit. That's not a bad idea, actually. doesn't seem to... That didn't seem to do any good there. I know I can stack on some more weight. What size guns are these? Are 2.9s. They're not going to let me do anything there. Those are 4.9s. And I could toss those up there, but that's going to really unstable it. We've got a lot of tonnage left to go. I can't put on any more... I can't put on any more, any bigger, like, boilers or anything. What's the tower? Here's a front tower 2. Let's see if we can do a better tower. There we go, front tower 4. There we go, that's something. And then we can do a... I want to move the front tower forward, can I? Let's see if we can do that, and then if we could have like that, because I'm not going to fit a double turret up there, but what I might be able to do is do that. That's going to give me some more forward weight. Now the secondary tower is a rear tower 2, and I can go rear tower 4, which this gives me better damage control by a little bit, better accuracy, so that'll help a little bit. And I don't think I can really do much of anything with that. These casemate guns aren't going to do anything. So we can stick on a little bit more aft belt, and now it's perfectly balanced. Alright, so now it's just a matter of maxing out our deck. Let's get the conning tower as big as we can get it, and start stacking up superstructure, which that's really not... I mean, I guess we could increase the range. That might be one way we can add some weight to it. Because we're already starting to let's leave that like there for a minute. Let's go jack with the range. Or the other option, I mean, that's other option is we start increasing the speed a little bit. And I could lower engine efficiency, but I don't. I mean, having the lower range makes it more stable, because I guess there's not as much fuel. I mean, I think that's probably as good as we're going to get it. And then we'll just start beefing up some deck armor. I think this is what we're going to have to do. And we need to make this a little tougher anyway. This will make this a reasonably tough ship. Let's go. Alright, there we go. So that's... Why is the aft weight? Oh, yeah, that's right. So let us drop some aft deck. Alright, so there we go. That's... I think we're going to be hard pressed. There we go. So that's... We've got it about as balanced as we're going to get it. Took me 12 minutes to figure this out, but alright, here's our little cultural exchange ship, and it uses up the weight, and it's okay. So we'll call it good enough. And we'll start refitting these guys, and then I think we're in pretty good shape to deal with whatever is coming. Just spread the ships out a little bit, get ready to fight the Germans. Okay, so now to refit the ships. We have our shipyards are available, and 144,000 tons. And I don't know if we can do all of these. We're gonna just do it. And can we? No, we can't. Oh, that was too many. That was dumb of me. I should have taken it step by step. So we need to get rid of a lot of these, actually. We have to... Let's go suspend a bunch of those. And we can unsuspend a few more. Let's resume those. There we go. Alright, so we've got a little bit of renovating to do on refitting on our ships, and we'll see what happens. Alright, and big surprise, Germany wants to declare war. Wow, who could have seen this coming? Well, so much for my peacetime of 9% growth, economic growth. I guess we're going to war with them. All right. Well, and back to where we are. Look at our wonderful, almost 9% economic growth, and that is going to go away next turn. We've got a couple more months on refitting these ships, but we are in pretty good position to deal with this. So I'm going to wrap it up here because I think War with Germany should be the next video. So I'm going to thank everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see everyone in the next video. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did like it, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. You can also check out my website, bobtheorc.com, where you can download a free copy of my dad's book and some other things. Have a nice day. Goodbye.